Well, we have a very tough game coming up with Missouri. They are a team that their strengths will definitely stress our defense, and we've been working hard this week trying to make some headway in the area of our defense, and we will sure get some sort of indication on how we've done this week, because they will test us in every way possible. So very, very tough game coming up on the road, and we need to be ready for it and see if we can go over and earn a victory.
What did you learn from watching the LSU game? What needs to get better quickly?
Well, there's just no in between with our team. You know, it's truly a feast or famine proposition, and you know, when the energy is not there, we have no chance of making up for some mistakes that we're just going to make right now. We're just going to make some mistakes in the post. Our post defenders are, you know, the ones that are learning, and the cognitive load is heavy. There's just nothing that we can do other than have reps and play games and try to, you know, get that down where they're not thinking so much. So people like Asia Bishop, Michaela Epps, Lene Harper, Jennifer O'Neill, Bria Goss, those folks, Jalea Sidney, have to play at just an unbelievably high level from an intensity standpoint, so we can maybe get some people rushing themselves so they don't see some of the openings that are just going to be there because of our young posts or just struggling defensively. And so when we can have our veterans play hard enough to disrupt the team, you know, we can have some success. But we just didn't play very hard defensively. We just didn't pressure the basketball. Just all the little things that we need to do to be good, we didn't do. LSU, I think, was very determined and very excited to play, and that played a factor in it. And I'm not trying to discount LSU at all and saying we played poorly, but we just didn't play anywhere close to where we need to play to win games. And you know, this team is, even at this point, I think that if we can play with great energy, that the development will come. But, you know, you got to win games while you're still developing right now for us, and that'll all be about effort and intensity and energy and those kind of things.
With everything in mind that you just said, how did you approach this week with the open date?
Well, we just, you know, we're very displeased and very unhappy with the effort. And for us, you know, we have to make certain that is addressed swiftly and immediately. So, you know, we had, before we left the airport, after Baton Rouge, we really talked about what the week was going to be like, and we really challenged them physically early Tuesday morning with exactly what we were talking about. You know, we showed them on film where just the energy level and the approach to the game just did not indicate how important one of these opportunities. You only get 16, and we didn't look like it was a very precious opportunity. So we just tried to do some soul searching this week and figure out what we're going to do. You know, the situation exists as it exists right now, and there's no changing the circumstances. The only thing that we can change right now is how are we going to deal with these circumstances? What are our actions going to be? And so, you know, we tried to give some consequences to get through to them, and then we also tried to have some dialogue between coach and players. And, you know, I feel like when we were able to get back to some basketball, I think they've responded. You know, I just think this is a year where I'm really going to have to do a good job of communicating with this group, and I've got to do a good job of teaching and prodding and accepting some mistakes while still trying to encourage them to not make the mistakes. You know, it's a fight every day, and we have a very good group of young players, and we just have to coach them up, and they have to play hard. And but we've tried to address more than anything who are we going to be, and what kind of effort are we planning on giving Sunday, and that's really what we're focused in on right now, because we'll have to give a really good effort on Sunday to win.
With the post players, is it on defense mental, physical, a little bit of both? Is it different for all three of them? Is there something you can sort of lump them together and say, here's what we need from you guys? Or
well, you know, it's interesting. I don't know if they would give you a different answer. You know, I think that's part of the struggle right now, is that we're almost speaking different languages, and I just I don't think it's one bit physical. I don't. I'm with them every day. I am intimately involved on the breakdowns, and I'm there on the floor with them, teaching them the footwork and everything. It's not like I'm sitting up at a 30,000-foot level looking down and kind of making assumptions. I'm there with them, and it's not physical in my mind. They're capable of everything that they need to do, and I cannot place my finger on it. My suspicion is, or my guess is, that they don't trust their ability to play the way I'm asking them to play. They don't. It's just uncomfortable, and I don't think any of them want to get beat. And that's just the process you have to go through to play here, is understanding that you have to play hard enough, and you've got to accept that people are going to go by you some, and your teammates are going to pick you up, you know, taking a charge or forcing the ball out or forcing one more pass, whatever our rotation is able to produce. And but those two of them, Kyvan and Alexis, won't play hard enough at the high post to put pressure on the defense, and so the ball moves too freely. Alyssa is starting to do some things that I think shows some more aggressiveness. So that's good news. And I think that Kyvan and Alexis want to be very good, and it's a matter of me staying with it every day and just going to practice. And that's a good job. That's not what we're looking for. Literally from play to play, just have to coach them, and they're both going to be, all three of them are going to be very good players before they leave here. We're trying to get them to be good players right now. And, you know, I've told the team this. I really believe this. There's not a game left on our schedule that is an impossibility for us to win. But on the other hand, there's not a game on the schedule where it's impossible for the other team to beat us either. So it's really time now where we just have to come intent on improvement every day and see where that lands us over the next 30 days or so, and hopefully we can have some good things happen, and we can eventually round into the kind of team we want to be.
I talked to JC today, and she said that after her car accident, she gained some weight, she lost some confidence, there were all these issues, and she feels like she's trying to get back. Did you see a major difference between those two incidents, or the incident of the car accident? And then she said she's working kind of especially with you on the side to try to get back. So what are you seeing her as she's trying to kind of become, I guess, what you want her to be?
Yeah, well, I just give her a lot of credit because she unfortunately just dug herself into a really deep hole, and she was not doing the things that she needed to do to be the kind of player that I know she can be. And that's just one thing here. We just don't, we do not sugarcoat, and we don't tell you anything but the truth. And if a player is doing things that are not leading her to success, we tell them. if they continue to do those things and they just continue to slide, we just continue to try to tell it, you must do things that are honest, that are hardworking, that are disciplined, principle-based living is what we're trying to teach them here. And, you know, did the car accident have a negative effect? It did, from the standpoint of she was out for about a week, and she really couldn't afford to be out for a week. That wasn't a good development for her. However it affected her emotionally, mentally, physically, I think all that stuff works together. I really do. And so, you know, she was very down and discouraged, and you know, we finally had a meeting, and I just told her this thing's not going to get better by something that there's nothing that I could do at that point. If you're not in the gym, if you're not working hard, if you're not doing your very best, then there's nobody that can change that. Your parents can't change it, I can't change it, but you. And so, to her credit, and to Mika has really worked with her and talked to her, and our entire staff, support staff. Monica Fowler's a nutritionist that's worked with her, Courtney Jones and our training staff, and Spurlock, our strength coach, and all of us want to see JC succeed. And so she's been really, really working hard, and she's not where she's going to be, but she needs to take great encouragement from where she, on what she's just done in the last 4 or 6 weeks, is the stuff that's going to lead her to success. So I've seen a big change in her commitment to the kind of work she's going to have to do to be successful. And there's nobody anywhere who believes more in what she can become than what I believe and my vision for. And I think that's been tough for her to understand sometimes. You're not going to come here and get pigeonholed into one specific role. That's just not what I think life's about. I think that you have to be a complete person. I think you have to be, you have to try to be a well-rounded person, and we want to produce those kind of people, and we also want to produce those kind of players. And so she made a play in practice yesterday where she was doing everything we'd asked her to do, and they ran out on her, and she shot fake, put it on the floor, knocked down a mid-range jumper. And, you know, it's plays like that you can point to, JC, that's what we're looking for. So you're starting to see those more often in practice, and I think she has a very bright future. We need her right now. This league has gone to majority zone. People are just, you know, I had a chance on the off night last night to watch some games, and people are just going to play zone. And, you know, JC Coe, if she works hard and we can win some games and we can be an NCAA tournament team, what can she be in 6 weeks? You know, how much progress can she make? That's what I'm pointing toward right now. Don't worry about where you are right now. Think about today and how important that's going to be 6 weeks from now, because if we roll into North Little Rock in the SEC tournament, that's, you know, 6 weeks from now, you can go in there and really contribute to us winning some significant games. So that's kind of the approach that we're taking, and I give her a lot of credit for working hard, but that has to continue. She, for instance, let me say this, Saturday morning, so she did well on Thursday night. So then Saturday morning, we were practicing. She was not in the gym before practice, and that was a great wake-up call. Listen, no, you can't stop now because you played well on Thursday night. And she did not prepare well, didn't function real well Sunday against LSU. So I thought that was a good learning experience for her. You can't get satisfied now. She's got to work real hard. She has more work to do. Just go, 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 keep going, and she'll get where she wants to go. She can't stop now.
Are you used to this sort of thing with freshmen in general? I mean, everybody you've talked about today has been freshmen sort of trying to be better than they are.
Yeah.
Is this what you expect?
Well, it is what I believe in as far as not short-circuiting their development or not taking any shortcuts to success. And it's like my good friend John Maxwell says, it's just success is just uphill all the way, and you just have to work. And do you want to artificially boost someone up, or do you want to protect someone? We don't protect freshmen here. We put the mirror up to them and say, this is what it is right now. This is what we believe you can be. And, we have some success with it. It seems like it pays off with some of our players, and it's not for everybody, and it's not the best place for every single person on the planet, but for people who want to get better and that have some substance behind it, then it works pretty well. But I don't think that a lot of freshmen are ready. There have been a few. Adia Mathis came in and was really highly functional player as a freshman. Bria Goss was, really good as a freshman. Michaela and Lene struggled last year because of, attention to detail, work ethic type things. And so I wish they'd all come in and it would be smooth sailing and they'd do a good job, but I just have to work with what happens every day. And so if work ethic's off or something, we're going to address it. If their character's off, we're going to address it. If they are lacking confidence, why are you lacking confidence? And you're not going to gain it because I tell you you have confidence. You're going to gain confidence through achievement. That's how we approach it. I hope it's right.